Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Are we getting closer to a atomic war, nuclear war? I think we are. Now, is it possible? It is possible. Is it probable? No, but I think we're just leaning towards that. And it seems like the people who are capable of determining that are like itching to see what happens. You know, it's like you're approaching an accident that you don't really want to look at it, but you can't help it. You want to look at it, but you know it's not going to be good. It might, influence you, going to create some trauma or something, but you still want to look at it, even if it's going to harm you. So I think we have this kind of people in charge in the West, some of them. So these are, and I think there are some in the East, in Russia, who really want that, to see how it works. And probably some of them who just want to finish the whole thing as soon as possible and as quickly as possible and tell everybody back off and leave us alone. But you say, hey, they were the initiators. Well, when you kill my brother in your neighborhood, I will come and help my brother, that's for sure. So, September 17th, 2022. Kremlin dodges question about possible nuclear weapon use. Okay, let's see. Asked about the possibility of Russia using nuclear weapons, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov advised reading the doctrine. I know, this guy is just funny. Peskov, he looks like a kid. I know, whenever time I see his picture somewhere in the articles, he's like, I don't know, puts me in a good mood. Source, Peskov, quoted by Kremlin-aligned Russian news agency RIA Novosti. Details. In response to a question about the possibility of Russia using nuclear weapons in Ukraine, Peskov replied, and I'm quoting, "Read the doctrine. It's all written there." End quote. He has more important things to do instead of reiterating whatever he is supposed to. All right, so RIA Novosti notes that the Russian doctrine envisages, I don't know the word, probably it advises the use of nuclear weapons by the Russian Federation. 1. In the event of aggression against Russia or its allies using weapons of mass destruction. What's a weapon of mass destruction? A bomb? It kills more than one person, kills more than 10. When, and 2, when the very existence of the state is under threat. Note, US President Joe Biden has warned Putin of more serious consequences if Russia uses nuclear weapons. Like what? What are you gonna do, Biden? Send your nuclear weapons? Okay, and what do you think Russia's gonna do? Go in one corner and start crying? It's gonna send theirs. And what do you think is gonna be happening next? I know you're dead, you've been dead for the past 5 years or something, or brain dead, but it doesn't mean that we have to follow you. You know what I mean? I mean, some of us are not dead, and even if we are, I don't think you have power of decision over my life, do you? Of course he does. So that was just rhetorical. Now, I don't know if Peskov is he thinks the way he looks, but I think that I know that an unnamed danger is more scary or scarier than an unknown danger. So if you go in the woods and it's dark, you don't feel very comfortable, I'm assuming. And the younger you are, the more scared you are. And why is that? It's because you imagine. Not that you're scared of anything, it's just dark. And what could be if you can turn on the light like this in the woods, what will you see? Trees, vegetation, flora and fauna. Maybe fauna, what? A bird or something? Or a squirrel? So there's nothing there. What can you see? A bear? When was the last time you saw a bear in the woods? A wolf? What? A puma? What? You know what I mean? The chances that you're going to meet a predator that could harm you is very limited. Now, you imagine other stuff that do not exist, but you saw in the movies, you imagined or you were read stories as a child. That's what scares you. And when you're over there, your imagination plays on your fears. It's just dark. If you just take the evidence, it's dark. That's all what it is. It's nothing else. And you're in the woods. So what could be in the woods? And then your imagination starts working. So that's why you can be anything of whatever your imagination can shed on you. Can be dragons, could be witches on the broomsticks, could be whatever creatures that you never encounter in your life. That's a reality. So that's the unknown. The scare of unknown is scarier than the known. Because if it's known, you kind of you can plan. Okay, it's going to be this kind of creature over there. What can I do? When a creature is big, maybe I can move faster. Is a creature sees well or hears well or smells well or what? So you can plan. But with unknown could be not only one creature, could be any kind of creature with any kind of ability that you can imagine. That's why Plato, if you remember, in his book The Republic, he talks about building a society, and he talks about the warrior class, the philosopher king class, the leadership class, and then the rest, the us class, or whatever we want to call it, the rabble. And he said that the army, the military, and in general the society should not be indoctrinated with movies. In his time were not movies, or stories with all kind of creatures, because that would scare and will create imagination of the warrior. And the warrior, when he goes to fight, he has to fear nothing. But he goes over there, he's going to hear other stories and he's going to believe them because of the stories he heard. So you got the imagination going. Where'd you hear about the big Godzillas or whatever creatures? From your childhood stories, books, movies, cartoons. That's how you learn. It's not your head shitted on you, oh, that's that kind of creature. No, someone, somewhere you saw that and it's stuck in your head. So in this case, Peskov is not telling you he's going to use the nuclear weapons. It's not that he's not mentioning it because of dead brain Biden. He's just not using it, I think, if he's smart, or he's just Peskov, because he just tries to leave it as it is. I don't know. That means it lets your imagination work and prepare for whatever scenario. So it gets scarier like that than if you would say, yeah, we're going to use it. Okay, he's going to use it. Get ready. No, he's not going to use it. Okay, relax. But we don't believe him. So get ready anyway. You know what I mean? Even though these guys are ready because they don't know what's going to happen anyway. But just from a psychological manipulation point of view, that's where you don't tell your obviously what you're going to do. I don't know if I'm going to do. I'm not certain yet. That means anything is on the table. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. They can use whatever they want, because everything that's over there in the doctrine qualifies for a nuclear weapon use. Both of them. They can expand it, stretch it to that to fit in both 1 and 2. Weapons of mass destruction already used, right? A bomb is a weapon of mass destruction if you take it like this. And then the other one, yes, you conduct the counteroffensive, we think we are threatened. Let's go. It's only rock and roll, and I like it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.